Hey, Barry Jenkins here. And a friend of mine recently asked me why I'm so fanatically excited about Ylopo. And I started to talk to him a little bit, and I figured I would melt it down into a short video. I'm not going to be comprehensive. This isn't going to be every feature that Ylopo offers. This is what I personally feel like as a top agent in my market, honored to close 240 units last year, 57 million, got 16 agents. Why does my successful team highly utilize Ylopo? The first thing that for me personally is mission control. This dashboard type setup for Ylopo. I run Facebook advertising, or I have for years. People would pay me to do it. I'm not able to have the degree of control and specificity on my own that Ylopo enables me to have as an advanced marketer. And so the initial view when I go into mission control is really just, it's a wow moment for me. It shows me the number of leads I've procured, priority leads in the last 30 days. Priority is just a killer service that Ylopo offers. They're monitoring these leads' behaviors on my website. And they've surveyed top agents across the country and said, what are key indicators of a lead's being a priority to you? So, for example, some of my favorite priority lists when I get a priority notification on one of our leads would be lead has went and looked at, I saw this morning, one lead had looked at one house 7 times. Lead has saved a home, created new searches, goes a week or two without coming to the website, but then revisits the website, clicks. We've got like content with unique product offerings, like closing costs and things like that. When they click those to inquire and get more information, Ylopo is prioritizing those for me. When they have a showing request, these are those hand raisers. They're saying, please help me, please. And so the fact that I'm able to direct my leads, not only that Ylopo procures, but that my other lead sources procure, into a database that is now monitoring the lead's behavior and is integrating at a high level with my CRM so that we can quickly log into our CRM and see who has been on our website, who is searching, who is saving, who is engaging properties, so that if we have an hour of follow-up time, we're able to focus on the people that we need to focus on. So again, just money really, really well spent. 28 listing rockets. I'll show what those are in a minute. Control over my budget. How much money I've spent. There's lead generation and then there's branding, and 2 different approaches, 2 different methodologies. And the fact that as I'm so myopically focused on generating leads, Ylopo is also in the background focusing on my brand. And the fact that 110,000 people have seen my brand in the last 30 days excites me. The fact that 741 leads are being retargeted, which means they came to my website and now I'm following them on Facebook, excites me. The fact that 136 people have liked and followed my business page on Facebook excites me. And the fact that 753 leads are being nurtured by Ylopo, that excites me. It's exciting. In this same vein of mission control, they have the marketing command center. And rather than them discreetly generating leads and it being just a really secretive enigma type scenario, they just lay it all out there for me. And they allow me the ability to control aspects of my marketing. If I want to help with marketing and direct it a little bit more, I can co-pilot. Because Ylopo is absolutely crushing it for me, I have it on full autopilot. If for some reason I needed to adjust the budget, I've only gone up in my marketing because it's working so well. But if you need to adjust the budget, you would do it there. Filtration level. You can do low lead filtration, standard, or high. And really the intricacies there are if they're answering questions, if their contact information, if they use all 7s, for example, for their phone number, that's going to get filtered out. And that's just a personal preference of how much you want. Listing rockets. So this is a listing where my sellers are getting anxious. We're holding an open house, and Ylopo ran the ad for me. We generated 18 leads, but we filtered it out to only get 2, which some might say, well, why'd you do that? Well, because we want the best. We wanted them to be filtered and focused. This seller report I don't have time to go into too much detail, but we have not lost a listing appointment since we started using this. Now, what is this? If I was to melt this down into a short statement, the seller report enables you to go on a listing appointment. Let's say you're going to 123 Smith Street and you're going to the house, you're walking in, and every agent that seller met with said, I've got buyers looking in your market. That's what agents always say. But when we say we've got buyers looking in your market, what we do is we have Ylopo create a 4-page PDF that succinctly summarizes our marketing strategy using the latest Facebook algorithms. And then at the 4th page, which to me is the money page, it says, we've got 6,000 buyers in our entire database. When we do a summary of homes between $250,000 and $300,000, which is your price in your city and in your radius of 1 mile around your house, there are, out of those 6,000, there are 60 buyers that are likely to move, that are interested in a home in your price range, in your zip code. And then it lists those 60 buyers. It does gray out the buyer's personal info as far as their phone number and their email, but it lists their name. And I've trained my agents to really hit that hard to say, look, like John Smith said he's likely to move and he's moving in 90 days. And we tell the seller, I'm not saying John Smith's going to buy your house, but what I am saying is I've got 60 people that have expressed interest in a home like yours. And if you hire me, I'm going to sell your house. And so then I had my marketing person use the reverse lookup field. And this is where, when it comes time to target, maybe you want to do an e-blast or something to that effect and upload it into some other kind of marketing technique, we're able to do that. We've got a new listing. Who can we advertise a coming soon property to? Something like that. And so this, I cannot overstate how excited I am about the seller product. It's such a big deal. And then, you've got the generic campaigns, which, it's funny they called it generic because what Ylopo is doing is they're saying these are people that are looking to buy a home, and they're running ads to people that are likely to move, that are on some kind of real estate website somewhere, and then Facebook is showing them homes, which kind of leads me to the next piece of this when it comes to marketing on Facebook. So what Ylopo is able to do, I'm not aware of any real estate lead generation company available anywhere currently that's able to use Facebook's latest advertising technology. Now, what is it? They're dynamic ads. I like to use the illustration of if you go to Amazon and you buy you're shopping for a $150 Weber grill. And let's say you look at that grill and then you turn Amazon off. Well, the next day you go to Facebook. You see that same grill. Standard retargeting, no big deal. Well, what Facebook's new type of advertising is basically doing is it's saying the next day you go to Facebook, you don't see that same grill. You see 3 or 4 grills in that same price range and color that you didn't see yesterday. And Amazon runs this ad that says, hey, you missed these when you were on our site yesterday. Check them out. So if you apply that to real estate, what's happening is they're going on your website, they're viewing homes, and Ylopo is monitoring what homes they're looking at. Then the next day, Ylopo is retargeting them with homes that are similar in price, size, and location to what they were looking at before. And so the relevancy of Ylopo's Facebook advertising is second to none. There isn't anyone else that's available that I'm aware of that's able to do this. I tried to do this on my own before I found out about Ylopo. I remember trying to set up an IDX feed. I remember going into their dynamic advertising portal, and I couldn't do it because it wasn't available. And Ylopo is doing it. And what I'm finding is not only are Ylopo leads that Ylopo is procuring for me converting, but every other lead source I have, I am actually feeding into Ylopo. So when you think about, other lead sources and portals and things like that, I'm feeding them into my Ylopo database, and Ylopo is creating email searches, they're creating dynamic ads, and I'm owning the search. Once they land on my site, they do not use the other sites anymore because the average person is on Facebook for hours, and I own that news feed. I own those hours with real estate houses that they wanted to see. And then, most companies are just focused on generating leads. And what Ylopo has been able to do is to say, yes, I'm going to generate you new opportunities, but also I'm going to increase your ROI on the leads that you were getting from other places. And then I uploaded 10,000 old leads. So 10,000 old leads that we had discarded. I put them in this Ylopo database. And we retargeted them with ads. We put them on listing alerts. And in 30 days, we revived 6 old leads, close to $3 to $4 million in purchase price off of this one act of mass importing all the old leads from years and years and years. Because real estate is a national obsession, and many people just don't know who to contact. And the fact that they're in Facebook and the fact that I'm showing them homes that they wanted to see anyway, and they're contacting me and they're being monitored, that mass import was a game changer for us. It immediately revived an entirely old database. And so they're generating leads, they're nurturing old leads, they're maximizing ROI, they're branding me on Facebook, and then they created an incredibly savvy branded website for me. And as you can see, I've got this video playing in the background. I've got listings. They've allowed me to focus on communities that I want to focus on. They've got market trend data. My agents love the site because they're able to have little microsites where they can send a link and people can search, and they're branded. Ylopo, they keep adding stuff. The blog. They're continually updating the blog to with new content and ideas, things to engage the lead, renter to owner, how to deal with lowball offers, and their infographics. And so, the leads are landing on my website and they're getting the houses they want to see. But then Ylopo is investing in me with very high quality content, websites, helping me with the design, and then kind of just monitoring it with me. So again, this is in no way meant to be comprehensive, but in my mind, if you're looking at upping your lead gen game, your ROI, and your brand with one decision, there's no other way that I'm aware of to retrofit your current business model and take it to another level than Ylopo. It is single-handedly the most important decision I made when it comes to digital marketing. And I'm sure you'll have questions. Email me. Let me know if you have any questions. But as you can tell, I'm pumped and super excited to talk to you about it. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon.